Welcome back to WikiLert.
Today, we're zooming in on a standout appearance that's got everyone buzzing. Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor's visit to The Late Show with Stephen Colbert on September 9th, 2025. If you've caught the episode, you know it was a blend of sharp wit, heartfelt insights, and a standing ovation that lit up the studio, Colbert reading one of her fiery dissents word for word, earning thunderous applause from the audience. This wasn't just a chat, it was a window into Sotomayor's world as she promoted her new children's book Just Shine, touched on Supreme Court drama, and reminded us why her voice matters in these divided times. So, grab a drink, get comfy, and let's relive this electric interview like we're right there in the Ed Sullivan Theater, breaking down what she said, the highlights that had us cheering, and why this moment feels so timely. Let's get into it. The episode aired on CBS at 11:35 p.m. Eastern Time, part of The Late Show's Season 11 lineup. And it was Sotomayor's first in-studio appearance on Colbert's show, though she'd been a guest on the Colbert Report back in 2013 and a remote one in 2018. Hosted by Stephen Colbert, who's no stranger to grilling justices with his signature mix of humor and heart. Remember his workouts with Ruth Bader Ginsburg? The segment kicked off with Colbert welcoming Sotomayor to the stage amid warm applause. At 71, the trailblazing justice, appointed by President Obama in 2009 as the first Latina on the Supreme Court, looked poised and radiant in a tailored navy suit, her presence commanding yet approachable. Colbert wasted no time diving in, starting with her new children's picture book, Just Shine, How to Be a Better You, inspired by her mother Selena's life of quiet strength and community service. Sotomayor shared how the book, aimed at kids aged 4 to 8, teaches lessons on kindness, resilience, and shining your light even in tough times. My mom was a nurse who helped everyone, no matter what, she explained, her voice warm with nostalgia. I wanted to pass that on, show kids that small acts of care can change the world. Colbert, ever the engaging host, joked about reading it to his own kids, saying, if it helps them be half as wise as you, it'll be a bestseller. From there, the conversation shifted to heavier territory, blending Sotomayor's legal insights with Colbert's clever prompts. One of the night's highlights came when Colbert brought up her blistering dissent from a recent Supreme Court ruling on immigration enforcement. The decision, which lifted restrictions on roving immigration patrols in areas like Los Angeles, drew sharp criticism from Sotomayor for allowing what she called racial profiling and undermining constitutional protections. Colbert read a key excerpt aloud. This court once again turns a blind eye to the discriminatory practices that plague our immigration system, allowing agents to target individuals based on appearance rather than evidence. The studio audience erupted into a standing ovation, the applause thundering for what felt like a full minute. Sotomayor, smiling but serious, nodded in appreciation before urging viewers to read the opinions for yourself, both sides. That's how you understand the law and make your voice heard. It was a powerful call to action, especially in an election year, and Colbert leaned into it with his trademark humor, quipping, I love Eugene Levy, but I'd cancel him right now if you wanted me to. Read the whole thing. The moment went viral instantly, with clips racking up millions of views and sparking conversations about the court's role in a divided America. Sotomayor didn't shy away from the court's internal dynamics either, offering glimpses into the human side of the bench. When Colbert asked about hot gossip among the justices, echoing his 2018 interview where she joked they were all divas, she laughed and said, we're a family, but like any family, we disagree passionately. I look for the good in my colleagues, even when we see things differently. She touched on the shadow docket, the court's emergency rulings that bypass full review, calling it a tool that's been misused in recent years, but emphasizing hope in public engagement. Democracy doesn't survive if we take it for granted, she said. People need to speak up, vote, and read the full story. That's where real change starts. Colbert, playing the Every man pressed her on lighter topics too, like whether a hot dog is a sandwich. She ruled yes with a grin, and if all dogs go to heaven, unanimously yes. It was that perfect balance, serious discourse wrapped in levity, that makes Colbert's interviews so watchable, and Sotomayor's poise shone through, reminding us why she's a justice who connects with everyday folks. This appearance comes at a pivotal time for Sotomayor. As the senior liberal on a conservative-leaning court, she's been vocal in dissents on issues like immigration, voting rights, and executive power, often reading them aloud from the bench for emphasis. Her new book, Just Shine, is her latest effort to inspire the next generation. Drawing from her Puerto Rican roots and her mother's lessons on empathy and hard work. The interview also highlighted her role as a bridge builder. Colbert noted how she's appeared on his show multiple times, alongside justices like RBG, Stephen Breyer, Elena Kagan, and Ketanji Brown Jackson, making the court feel more accessible. Fans on social media were loving it, with posts gushing over the standing ovation and her call to read full opinions. One viewer shared, "Sotomayor's grace under pressure is everything, we need more of this." Another joked, Colbert reading her dissent like it's bedtime story time. Iconic. It's moments like these that humanize the justices, turning abstract rulings into conversations we can all join. Mariah Carey's Vanguard moment was epic, but Sotomayor's Late Show visit felt like a quiet powerhouse, blending intellect with warmth in a way that's rare these days. It was her first in-studio chat with Colbert, and at 71, she brought the energy of someone who's still fighting for justice while sharing stories that uplift. The standing ovation for her dissent wasn't just applause, it was a roar of support for her unyielding voice on issues like immigration, where she warned against unconscionably irreconcilable policies that erode freedoms. As she put it, the power of change lies with the people, not the courts, a line that stuck with viewers and sparked online discussions about civic engagement. What do you think? Was Sotomayor's Late Show appearance a game-changer for how we see the Supreme Court, or just another fun celeb chat? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like if her message resonated, and subscribe for more pop culture deep dives. Tap the bell so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for rocking with me. Let's keep the conversations going, fam.